Ethereum, definitely with Solana out there now, but really happy with the results so far. And as the chain comes, we'll definitely grow. So we decided to take our same concept and, a few tweaks and changes, and we're going to actually launch on BSC here on April 1st.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. That's really awesome. So, usually in the beginning, I like to talk about the market really quick, kind of recap what's been going on lately in the crypto space. We still got a couple minutes here, waiting for more people to come in. But yeah, let's look at the BTC really quick here. So where we at on BTC? I know we had a quite a bit of drop lately, and but it looks like we're climbing back up to
I think it's
where we
right
at?
around 64 now. So
64.
yeah, it's creeping up. Ethereum's up about 3% today. So it's like it's edging. I mean, with how fast it went up, you got to expect there's going to be a reversal there because this is big money playing. So, but it's still, if you look at the long term, it's a beautiful chart.
It is a beautiful chart. Yeah, so I think it went up. It went on. Did it go underneath 60 last night or a couple nights ago?
Yeah, I think it just went just under, but now it's creeping back up. Nice and steady.
64.
That's where we go.
Yeah, yeah. Solana, huh? Oh my gosh. I cannot believe that it went above 200. That was incredible to see what happened over Solana as well.
Well, look at BSC. I mean, like overnight, it went from 300 to 500.
Right, right. And I have some money in BNB, and I'm just gonna hold it there. So it went into like 200, because of the whole thing with CZ, right?
Yeah.
So that was expected. I mean, United States or regulations still
Oh,
nobody really
absolutely.
knows what's going on. Yeah, so we kind of expect it. He was actually he did so much for the space. So yeah, props to CZ. So I'm very glad that he stepped down and the new guys is taking charge. So there will be no more negative clowns all over BNB. So that's what happened. And I think BNB is not going anywhere. I think it's actually one of the top chains out there. It will continue to be.
Oh, absolutely. But you look at the comparison between the chains. I mean, Bitcoin is Bitcoin. It's cash, it's investing, and they're starting to build a couple layer two chains off of it now. Ethereum is Ethereum, but for utility wise, if you're doing anything, it's too expensive for the little guy to do anything. It's big money or no money. So that throws you
Right.
down to BSC where you can do something and it's affordable and it makes sense. Solana is
100%.
a beast of its own. Solana is just all meme coins in and then you're out and just craziness right now.
you know, oh my gosh, right? I mean, it reminds me. I'm not sure how long you've been in the space, but it reminds me of the ICO time, right? Where people are raising like millions. So there's a project. I mean, if you guys have been in tune in X or Twitter, literally, people just ask people to send me Soul, and they raise like millions and millions within
It's
hours.
and they don't even think about it.
They don't even
We were
think about
watching
it.
one project where the guy was raising money and he accidentally burnt $10 million. Just sent it
Man,
to the burn wire by accident. It's like unbelievable.
I was actually I actually participated in that freaking pre-sale. I cannot believe what he did. It just yeah. I sent 10 soul there and my luck,
Oh,
right? Yeah,
uh,
so out of the whole ordeal, you have a lot of top exchanges stepping up. So they're not only they're listing that project Slurp for free, but they're using the fees to donate back to give it back to the pre-sellers like myself. So that's actually kind of really nice to see. The whole
yeah,
what had transpired, but then you have a lot of people in the space stepped up willing to help. Now, the only problem I have with that is that I'm not sure whether that was done intentionally or not, because the guy's been around and from talking to a few people, I guess the guy is very smart. He knew that the chart would go up because there's no pre-seller tokens to sell, right? But only that, the publicity that he will get. So I don't know. I don't know whether that was done
Yeah.
intentionally or not, but
So smart that he's stupid, right? I mean, I get it.
yeah, 100%. All right. Well, let's three minutes after the hour now. So I'm gonna give a quick introduction, and we'll get to your project.
Sure.
Okay. Well, I think I have the recording going on already. Hey everyone, thanks for being here for this AMA session. Today we have a project called SafeFu Pie with us. Its mission is to provide a secure and sustainable financial ecosystem for users worldwide. So with that, I'd like to welcome Jer from the team. Pleasure to have you here again. For those that may not know who you are, please introduce yourself, talk about your team, and give us a bit of insight into your background experience.
Sure. I'm Jerry, and it's my pleasure and our pleasure with SafuPi to be here and back with USA Crypto. We did an AMA here about back in August, I believe it was, when we launched our project. It's a positive rebase project on Max chain, SafeFu Max. So we're basically expanding our project into a multi-chain project. So we're launching on BSC, and it's a little bit different. The team, I have Bobbin over in England. I have Old Man, who's here from the US like myself. Our dev, Mr. Magoo, is also from the US. He actually writes our contracts. Up in Canada, I have Bro and Abe Strong. Then over in Philippines, I have Depsize, who does a lot of our graphics, and also Manas in Australia, who works with our graphics. So we're pretty much all around the world. We work together to bring this space together. I've known most of the team for a good year and a half now. They were together previous to myself, so they've been together trading and playing in crypto for a couple years. And we just want to bring, we take all the different pieces together, put our work together, and everything we do, it's a group effort. In our TG, if you pop in 7 days a week, you'll see somebody on VC. Always, we're very open community. Anybody's welcome. Just don't be an ass. Other than that, investor, non-investor, we don't care. If you want to ask about the project, you want to dig deep, you want to ask the hard questions, do it. Don't, it's a social place, but it's also a place to dig deep, and it's a place to be safe and not worry about, oh, you asked something I don't want to answer, so I'm going to ban you. It's just not who we are or how we are. So that's us. So we're making a SafeFu world.
Thanks for that introduction there, Jerry. Yeah, we had you guys, I think, around 3 to 4 months ago. SafeFu Max on SafeFu Chain, which we also had those guys over for an AMA as well. Now let's kind of give a quick rundown on what SafeFu Max is, because I feel that the SafeFu Pie, even though it has a different name, is very similar to SafeFu Max, isn't it?
It is very similar. We've tweaked a couple things about it, and we're not going quite as in depth at this time as we are with SafeFu Max. So SafeFu Max is a positive rebase token. So if anybody doesn't understand what positive rebase was, it was really big a couple years ago. We counted over 200 projects that came out with it, and 2 of them made it through their first year, and 1 fizzled away after that. So a lot of scam built into it. So we brought it to the marketplace to be an honest, open project. And the way positive rebase works is you just hold your token. Instead of staking it, your token grows. It's done automatically by contract every 15 minutes in SafeFu Max. Your tokens increase on the higher periods up. It averages out to 2% a day. And most of the positive rebase projects run the high rebase for a year, and then they filter it down. And what we found is they all failed. They'd lose their communities after 3 or 4 months because you see your tokens going up, which is real exciting, but then they start losing the interest and the price starts going down and people just aren't in it anymore. And it's all hype in the beginning, but then they don't have a plan and they just build off the hype. If you look at the original SafeFu, he launched, went up to $300 a token within 14 days. And then it was just one crazy play after another. Those that made money off of it made it, and everybody else got burnt. So we took it, planned out the first year rebase for a 3-year cycle. Instead of going a full year at the high rebase, we did 3 months, and then 3 months at a low, and 3 months at a high again, which is the phase we're in right now. We're in phase 3. And then when we hit phase 4, it drops down. Phase 5, it starts cutting halving like Bitcoin does, essentially. So your coins you're still growing, but at a very slow rate. And at the same time, it's a high tax because the tax structure supports the treasury, also rewards the holders with, in Max chain with the power coin, which is the native coin of the chain. And then a part of the taxes are burnt automatically. So it kind of counteracts the inflation. So when you're holding your tokens are growing. The overall quantity of tokens during the lower periods start filtering down while you're still growing. So it's kind of like a balancing act. And then at the same time, you're making dividends off of any volume. With SafeFu Max, we entered into the place saying we were going to generate some NFT action where we were planning on AI generated NFTs, which we are still doing and getting ready to come out with that, but we migrated into so much more. We are currently about halfway through minting 25 different NFT investment platforms that pay the holders in dividend, basically in profits. So we find something that is a sound project, has returns. We set up to a community investment, sell an NFT set, and the NFT holders benefit from that. And the way it works is any of the profits, they come in off-chain, USDT, BSC, whatever they come in, we use that, convert it to power. So we're putting a green candle on the power chart. Then we convert it to SafeFu Max. So we're putting a green candle on our own chart, same time burning. And then it's paid back to the rewarders so they get greater reward. And when Max Chain first introduced, they were supposed to have an NFT marketplace, and it sort of fizzled. It never happened. A couple other guys tried to come out. So we are developing an NFT marketplace that allows individuals to mint. So if you have a picture, you can create an NFT off of it. If you have projects, will be able to mint off of it. So you'll be able to go in, enter how many you want, the price you want, and we're looking at also building rewards contracts so they can do that also. So it's all automated. So the people that have somebody else doing the development or don't want to get into that part, it's done for them. Then on top of that, we're taking it the marketplace to just another level. We're looking at trading, like your baseball cards, your Pokemon cards, you trade them. We're going to do the same, set up the same thing with NFTs, where you can actually, I like that NFT, I have this one, I'll trade you this one for that. We're looking into marketing agreements where we can bring some major players and even outside, bring some Web 2 and real world artwork platforms into the NFT world and try to incorporate them in it. Then we're going to take the marketplace and go cross-chain. BSC, Avalanche, and see where else we go with it and just make it a global thing. It's going to come from very humble beginnings, but once it is up and running in full capacity, we're off to the races. And then that marketplace and everything we do filters back into the project, into the holders, so they're getting rewards off of it. So that's SafeFu Max. And we never stop.
Yeah, thanks for the recap on SafeFu Max there, Jerry. Yeah, so for those that may not understand what Rebase is, pretty much, so Rebase tokens to have elastic supply, and the token supply, it adjusts accordingly based on the predetermined parameters, right? Set parameters. So your supply will change accordingly, or whatever you're holding accordingly throughout all the wallets, all the holdings, based off the parameters that the team has set. It's usually to make sure the PEX is in place, or just to meet other parameters that they set. So what this very unique token here is that what Jerry's saying is a positive rebase, which is actually very very unique. Now, Jerry, I have to assume that now, because you are creating this SafeFu Pie token that's very similar to SafeFu Max, so I assume that you have had a pretty good success over there currently.
We are probably on average about 2x from launch. We've actually taken it up to about 4 or 5 during the lower rebase periods. We're in the high period right now, and we're still sitting at 2x. So the original investors have basically doubled their holdings and the value of their wallet, plus gained the Power Coin dividends along the way. So we're very happy with what we've done there, and just the future is very bright. Let me put it like that. We took the valuation of the Power Coin at launch. It was right around a penny, 1.2 cents. Right now it's down around 0.003. So when the Power Coin comes back to its original valuation, our project would right now be around $750 to $1 million market cap. So we're pretty happy with the success. We've done it. The chain hasn't grown as much. It's growing, and there's a lot of development in the background. They're not looking to rush to be a $1 billion chain overnight. They're looking to build it from the foundation up, a solid foundation, and grow it from there. So it's very unique in that it's a small chain, a handful of projects on it. There's no scams, there's no rugs, there's none of this mess you see everywhere else. So it's just very interesting. You can actually talk to the founders of the chains and their TG, and it's a very close-knit community, and we're very well known in the chain.
Yeah, good guy over there. So now you're taking this to the BSC chain.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're taking it to BSC, and we're doing it a little bit different again. With the BSC, we're still doing the high and low rebase, only the couple differences. First of all, during the first 3 months, we're going to be at a high rebase, and a very high rebase, because we got SafeFu Pie, because your percentage daily is Pi. It's 3.14159% daily is your increase in the wallet. Then we run that for 3 months, and then after 3 months, instead of going to a lower rebase, we're going to 0. So it stops. It's a standard token. Standard token, which is actually deflationary instead of inflationary because of the burn. So anybody buys, sells, the taxes are automatically burning and putting it into the OX dead wallet. So it just causes a price reversal and just gets a lot of excitement. And then when that cycle's done, we go back up to the high rebase. In SafeFu Max, over time, it dwindles down, takes 3 years before the rebase actually altogether stops. In SafeFu Pie, we're running a 3-month high, 3-month 0, 3-month high, 3-month 0, and that cycle just continues indefinitely.
Very, very interesting. Okay, so your cycle is 90 days or 3 months.
Yes.
So you have to rebase, positive rebase in 90 days, which what that means translate to is that they're minting token, right, in the sense to give you tokens, but then it turns off 90 days, becomes a regular tokens. Now, within that 90 days of the contract where there's no rebase, there is taxations that percented from the taxations that goes into the burning, which ultimately reduces the total supply, which is actually very interesting.
Yes. So the 3 months of high inflationary, you're minting tokens, it's growing, and then it stops. And at that point, you see price reversals and other things going on, and people start buying, selling, and anything they buy, sell, the tokens are lowering, so your price is going up. And it just creates a nice little flow, and price fluctuation should follow with that. And we're doing some things to support the holders. The neat thing about it is it's not just your token. When we go live on the BSC, the taxes go three ways. It's 9% on buys, 12% on sells. Of the buys, 3% goes to the treasury, 3% is burnt, and then 3% is rewarded to the token holders based on their holdings. The treasury does not qualify for that dividend, just real holders. And we are paying that in actual BNB. Not the stable coin, not this off the wall, it's not in the SafuPi. You're actually getting BNB from the activity within our project. On the sells, it's the same thing, only since it's 12%, it's 4% to the treasury, 4% to the burn wallet, and then 4% to the holders. So not only do you have the opportunity to buy and sell and trade and make profit that way, but if you just hold, then you'll watch your tokens go up. You own a greater percentage of the project. So you just sit back and everybody else that's trading is paying you. So it's just kind of a neat concept. And then when we built the marketplace over to the BSC side, the marketplace will also filter into the project, do some buybacks, do some rewards there. We have an NFT set that is planned for the end of the first phase going into the low rebase period. So you'll still be able to get SafeFu tokens by buying the NFT set. We did it in SafeFu Max, very successful. We actually sold the NFT set out in 5 hours. So we're expanding some of the things we're doing, and a lot of the investment side things that we're doing in SafeFu Max, we're not planning on bringing over to BSC because that's our core, and we're hoping that eventually we can bring people cross-chain. On top of that, our plan is in 90 days when the rebase reverses to launch on another chain and run a reverse cycle with the BSC. So then we'll be running 3 tokens on 3 different chains. And the stage following that down the road would be to introduce a 4th token, which is launched on all chains, paired to the rebase tokens, and then build a bridge between the 3 chains. And that token will have the capacity that we can go CEX if we want to.
Right. Now, regarding the taxes, the 12%, which is you said 9%, is it 9% in or
9% in, 12% out?
9% and 12% out. Now, regarding the dividends, so when you mean by the dividends, that's reflection, right? Being done automatically based off the amount of tokens you're holding, correct?
Correct. So let's say somebody has, we'll just put it in USDT for easy sake. Somebody has 100 USDT value of SafuPi. They sell it. They sell it all. So now they're paying a 12% tax. $4 of that is going into the treasury. $4 of that is being burnt, never to return. And then $4 is divvied up into the holders of the token by how many tokens you hold. So if you own 10% of the project, you're going to get 10% of those dividends, or reflections, if you will.
Yeah, so the reflection, what it means is that there's no staking involved, right? So you just have the tokens in your wallet without staking. So you pretty much have control of those tokens in your wallet, and it's being done automatically, and it's being distributed. The dividends being distributed accordingly, proportionately, based on how much you hold. So now let me ask you this though, Jerry. You have your max chain, like I said, is very similar to this though. I remember we talked about this over there, but over here now with the Pi, you actually get BNB instead of the tokens, correct? So with your max chain, people got the native tokens, but over here, people get the BNB token. Is that correct?
The native token of this chain. That's correct. Some of the previous Rebase projects on BSC actually gave out the USD, which we all know that is history now. And we considered going to the USDT, but with the way the market's going right now, we decided we want to give the native, the native coin. And this was all planned before BSC, BNB made its huge jump. We were looking at this in a $300 USDT valuation of BSC and BNB. And when we came into it, all of a sudden they jump up. It's like, well, that's even better because, the price of BNB keeps going up. You've got native BNB coming into your wallet just by holding SafuPi. You're investing in BNB by investing in one of its tokens. It's a double reward, and I think it just adds a little bit more to the excitement.
Now I have to ask you, Jerry. So now is this being done like every single transactions, or your contract has a threshold? Because with the the auto reflection where it has to sell the chart, right, in order to convert to BNB, then it gets distributed to the holders accordingly. Now, do you have a threshold, or is this being done like every single transaction?
It is not done every single transaction. Every single transaction, it basically goes into a pool. That pool will automatically release it through gas paid by sells and transfers. So if there's lots of buys and lots of buys, this amount's just building up and it won't come out. However, we're building a DApp into it that you can claim it anytime you want. You can go in there 10 times a day and claim it. You just have to pay the gas on it. And the reason is the gas is piggybacked to the sells and to the transfers because it has to come from somewhere. It has to initiate. So it's there. Other than that, there is a claim button that you can claim it at any time. And then the burn and the distribution the burn happens with every transaction, and the distribution to the treasury the same way. So it's happening as the contract goes. You just don't automatically always see it in your wallet because it takes gas to make it happen. The plus side of the NFTs, when we release them, a claim on the NFT also initiates a claim of your reflections.
Right, and you guys can do that over scan too as well. It's actually very easy to do. Now, what is the 4% treasury for? What is that being utilized for?
What's that now?
Your treasury. What is that being utilized for?
The treasury is going a couple different ways. One, we held a private sale to precede this and pay for our marketing and our opening transaction. And the people that bought into private sale received nothing except for a promise in the future. No tokens are being issued to them other than buys on the chart. So a piece of the treasury will be buying tokens on the chart. Those tokens will be redistributed to the private investors. And then about half of it will be going right back into the project, either through marketing ventures, development, and everything behind it. And then a quarter of it goes into our SafuWorld, our entire project for the development within it and support behind it.
Okay, now I assume that this wallet, the treasury, it will not have reflection, correct?
That is correct. It will. If anybody does a sniffer on the token, once it's live, they'll find that whitelist is active, blacklist is active, and we are able to change the taxes. And it's really a necessity by the nature of it. The blacklist needs to happen so that we can blacklist the treasury wallet from receiving the reflections. The whitelist has to happen because it enables certain things to work within the contract. It's not that, these wallets are getting free tokens or anything of the sort. Everything's algorithmical. And then we keep the ability to change the taxes because we like to have low tax day, run something for a week where it's a promotion and we can lower it. And it will go back to where it is. The 9 and 12 is where we want to be. That's our ongoing. But we may make adjustments in that from time to time. Like if we want to have a community buy week, then we might lower the buy taxes to maybe 6%. and then at the same time raise the sell taxes and try to get everybody in a little more. And anytime we do that, we try to gear any excess into the reflections and the dividends.
Yeah, so I think that's actually a very important point to mention there because I think, a lot of people think that renouncing a contract it's a good thing, right? And, in a lot of cases, it's
Right.
not. So I think this here is actually a very good thing that they do not renounce a contract and that they have the ability to change the taxes accordingly. Because, you know, as you know, Jerry, the 12% and the 9% in and out, that's quite high. And for it to convert back to B&B as a reward for reflection, it has to sell the chart. So I think in that, and what's happening is that with that is that sometimes if the volume is not there, so you're gonna have to make that adjustment accordingly, right? So I think, like you said,
Right.
there's actually it's very important to have the flexibility to adjust those taxes accordingly based off the volume. So I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, it's like, if you're a meme coin, you want things not to be changed. You want to hold it tight and nobody can do anything. But we are a project that is geared towards the community to build the community, and there's interaction there. So we have to build the flexibility into it, and we're not hiding it. I mean, it's right there. There's no surprises. And you'll find with our contract, there's no surprises. It's pretty straightforward. It's a good contract. It's, very similar to the one we've been running since August. And we've just upped the rebase a little bit, changed the lower periods to a 0, and made it a perpetual cycle instead of filtering, trickling down.
Right. Now, when is the pre-sale? Do you have the tentative date on that yet?
Our pre-sale goes live next Monday. We don't have the time on it yet. Pushing our contract is currently written and it's being tested just to make sure. As soon as I get the go ahead from Mr. Magoo, we're going to list it probably on Pink Sale and we'll load it, let everybody know. And we're looking to pre-sale goes live on Monday. Token goes live publicly the following Monday. April 1st is our launch date.
All right. So next Monday on Pink Sale, and the
Yeah.
token goes on April 1st. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. And we'll follow up and make sure that we pin a post when the pre-sale is live as well for you.
Super.
Now I know that you touched on some future developments there earlier, but you guys are working on the NFT marketplace, and also you're gonna be. It sounded like you guys can also gonna be launching other project that's related uh, to the SafeFu Pie, correct? And the goal is
Correct.
to go to almost all the chains.
Yeah, you're going to see another SafuPi pop up on around July 1st, give or take a day. And more than likely, it will be either on Avalanche or Solana. I've been told it can't be done on Solana, so we're diving into that, digging a little deeper because I believe it can, and if it can, we will. If not, we'll be launching on Avalanche. And like I said, when the rebase is on one, it's going to be off on the other, and they'll just counteract each other.
Right. I have not seen a Solana token with taxes on it. So, with the positive rebase, you looks like you may need a burning mechanic in place through taxes, right? I don't think
Correct.
Solana you can do taxes over there as of
Yeah,
now.
you can do taxes, and I know that you have to have a proxy contract to run the taxes. So that part, I'm definitely sure we can. The rebase and reflections, I'm not sure, and that's what we're digging in and trying to work out to see if it is possible. And if it is possible, you're going to see it there just because Solana is full of memes that are here today and gone tomorrow. And we want to show the world that that's not all that exists in this space.
I would love to see it. I have not seen a Solana token with taxes on it or rebase at all. And you're completely right about it. It's been filled with memes only. Um, Yeah, I have not seen one. Have you? Is there one exist right now with taxes on it?
Not that I'm aware of. You know, I've been talking with a couple other devs and people that are more experienced in the chain, and I'm told the taxes can definitely be done. It might have to dump into a separate contract, and that contract divvies them out. But I don't have a definite answer on the rebase yet.
That'd be very interesting to see if you guys will be the first one. Yeah, that'd be really
Yeah,
awesome. But like you said, there has to be like a proxy contract there.
right. And it
Um,
has to work first because we're not going to throw anything out there just to gain the hype. If we want to do a hype meme token, then we're going to launch a meme token. It's going to be what it is. But we want to try to bring the project into it and see if we can make it work.
awesome, awesome. So you guys are very, I mean, you guys are ambitious. You really
Yes.
want to take this to all across the chains.
Yeah. It's, you know, we build on ideas and the community is behind us. So we're looking to grow the community and show the world what's possible in DeFi. It's not all rugs and scams and you know, you're not going to get rich overnight with us, but if we pull this off and do it right, you're going to have a nice little side income ongoing. That's our goal. Passive income for as long as we can hold it.
You know, I love your commitment to the project. I've done hundreds and hundreds of AMAs by now, 3 years. So, and within the space, you see a lot of developers come in, start a project because the barrier to starting a project is very low, right?
Yeah.
And they would just leave the project completely. You see a couple weeks, 1 month, LP locks for 7 days, 10 days, and they pull the LP and they go into the next one. We've done an AMA with Jerry here for 4 months ago, and right now everybody's at 2x. And so now he's launching another one that's related to SafeFu Max, and now they're taking to across different chains. So that tells me the commitment from Jerry and everyone's involved, right, to the project. So they're not here just to make quick money and just leave you guys and go into the next one. Especially with what they're doing, because if you look at SafeFu Max right now, even the 2x is only what is your market cap currently?
It varies with the price of power. We're right around 200,000.
Right. Yeah, 200,000. That tells me they don't have a lot of money either, right? But
Right.
they're willing to continue to build. They're willing to continue to build for the community. So that speaks volume. That speaks volumes.
We will never
So no,
stop.
yeah, no, it's great. That's great seeing guys like you and your team in the space like this, right? Because just do an analysis. You guys don't have a lot of money to work with, but for you guys to continue to work on this, and that saves a lot. Um, it tells me that your money is like Jerry said there, it's not get rich overnight, but I think if you're an early adopter to the project and you stick with the community, this could potentially generate pretty good passive income. I think that's what the goal is for them.
Yeah, exactly. And we have a lot of fun with it too. So
It
if
seems like
anybody ever wants to hang out outside of your lounges or anywhere else, pop in the project. It gets interesting sometimes.
that's awesome. You guys do that. You guys hold the in-house just like AMA, well, not AMA session, but just like voice session often.
Yeah, the voice chat at VC is open every day, and it's just a place where team members, anybody else pops in, pops out. We hang out, we talk. It's like your old-fashioned pub, if you will, just a place where guys hang out, and we engage the community, engage the people, and get to know people as much as possible. It bring a little personality into it.
That's awesome. Old-fashioned pub. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Which we don't see that a lot anymore nowadays.
Now,
All right, sounds good. I
no,
think we got pretty much through every single thing, Jerry. So marketplace, more projects coming out. They're going to be trying to bridge to different chains that allows him to also have the capability to list over in centralized exchanges as well. Yeah, so you guys are keeping digging this away, huh?
Yeah, we're growing. We're committed to making this work. So love to see as many people as possible come along for the ride, come in, get to know us, get to know who we are, and it's a different world.
Awesome, Jerry. Yeah, man, you come across very honest and very really good guy to me. So you guys are listening. You know, I always say, I always invest in the team, and I have had some great lucks. I mean, amazing luck lately. The team is the people behind this is everything, right? When you actually scoping out for what projects to invest into, the people behind the project, not necessarily the concept of the idea. And you know, Jerry comes across to me very honest guy. He's not going anywhere. Looks
Nope.
to me that they have a great community too as well. So yeah, make sure you guys join their TG, and we will post that TG after this as well. Anything else that we may have missed, Jerry, before we take some questions?
I think that's it. You know, we centralize and we're keeping all the projects in one central TG. So if you're a SafeFu Pie investor, you'll see the information on SafeFu Max. If you're SafeFu Max, you'll see SafeFu Pie. It's just one group, one community. You know, take what you can out of it or what you want to see. And we're pretty much open about everything. So
Sounds great. Okay, so I'm gonna go through a bunch of questions here, and I'm gonna pick a couple questions. If you'd like to go over there too, Jerry, if you want to pick one. Now, you know, the website currently right now, guys. So I know that on the banner, we have a website link on there, and that is under development. Correct there,
right.
Jerry. So the website for the Pi is not up yet, right?
It's not up yet. We're hoping to have it up later today. I've got somebody actually working on it since last night. You know, we got the domain and reserved it, but the actual website should be ready. I mean, we have our white paper available if anybody wants it. It's posted in the TG and more than happy to share with it. The website is not up yet.
Okay, yeah. So I was able to find your white paper at the very last minute when I posted the question banner there and in our room as well. So I posted the white paper on there. So, but I'm not sure if everyone's listening had a chance to go through the white paper. So they might have gone through the SafeFu Max website instead of SafeFu Pie
Right.
website. So I think a lot of questions actually are related to SafeFu Max. But again, the project is very similar, guys. And I do have the white paper pinned on top of the inside our chat room there if you guys want to take a look at it. But let me go through here and see if there's any questions here that we can pick out and ask really quick here. There's so many questions on here. I'm not sure. Let me see here.
And anything we don't hit on, I was looking through the questions as they were posted earlier, and I'll try to get back over to the other USA crypto group and find some more answers if I miss anything. And if anybody wants, you know, I don't cover anything or we don't cover it here, feel free to drop in the TG, ask anything you want. I mean, anytime.
Yeah, definitely. So we will post a TG, so make sure you guys join over there, and me, Johnny, and Mike will go over there and just give a good feedback on the AMA, guys. Okay, do not spam the room, but you guys give a good positive feedback. I mean, not positive, but just give a good, meaningful feedback. You know, from the AMA, we'll go there and pick a $10 winner as well. Okay, so yeah, so I just got off to the questions here. There's so many questions. Let me see if I can pick one really quick. I should have done this. Actually, I'm going to actually look at these and pick a few beforehand. Let's see here. Yeah, most of these is actually regarding to Max, SafeFu Max, because I think they could not they went to SafeFu Max website.
Right.
Um, yeah, and the website for Pi was on a banner, and nobody could access that. So okay, so here number 3 here. I'm just gonna read a few here. Considering the unique features of auto staking auto reflection protocol, how do you ensure that the SafeFu Max, again, SafeFu Max, but I think it's very similar with SafuPi ecosystem, remains resilient against external threat market fluctuations, protecting the interest of the token holders and stakeholders?
Uh, our team are token holders and stakeholders too, and we have everything to win, gain, and everything to lose. We are all about the community. So we listen to the people in it, and we do what we feel is best for the community as a whole. Market fluctuations, they happen. Our price goes up, our price goes down. We don't worry about it. We don't watch wallets. We don't see who's selling, see who's buying. They're your tokens. It's auto stake, which means you can pull them out anytime you want. You can buy, you can sell, you can do whatever you want. You'll never be put down for that. Times are going to get tough in the project. That's like real life or anything else. It's just we focus on building the project and building the community no matter what's going on around us, because everything works in cycles. And as long as we concentrate and deliver on what we say and actually do what we say we're going to do and stick to it, and we feel long term, it's the place to be.
Great answer. Okay, so we have another one here. It says, what safeguards does SafuPi have in place to protect investors' interest during the pre-sale phase? So I think what he meant is that the allocations or the tokenomics distribution, is it being done fairly?
Yeah, essentially right now, we have not set the in stone, the soft cap or the hard cap yet, but 1/3 of the initial tokens are up for pre-sale. And the benefit, they will probably be launched at approximately the same token value as pre-sale at launch. But the difference between buying pre-sale and buying at launch is taxes. The pre-sale is the only opportunity you have to buy tax-free. So we're launching at 31.4159 cents per token pre-sale, which is basically pi, play with a decimal a little bit. And the pre-sellers will go in, we put a sell tax structure for launch that's different. Essentially, at the day of launch, the buy tax is going to be 9%, which stays. The sell tax is going to start at 27%. Every day, it will reduce by 0.5 percentage point until we get down to the 12. So what we're doing is we're preventing an early dump. But at the same time, if the price goes up, somebody wants to sell, they can still sell at the very high tax. And instead, the burn will still be 4%, the treasury will still be 4%, and all of the excess taxes are paid to the dividend, to the holders in the reflections. So what that means, if somebody sells a wallet early and takes that, then everybody who's holding, the reflections are going to be higher during that period. And basically, so what we're trying to do is spread it out over time. If somebody wants to sell, they have the power, but it's in your best interest to hold it for 30 days if you want to hit the right tax structure. But who knows, if we fly, do what you want, do what's best for you. And that's, I've seen people, launch tokens on Ethereum more than anything, where they'll put a 90% sell tax on it initially to prevent the dump and then never announce it to anybody. What we're doing is we're trying to get pre-sellers in, give them a nice start, and give the whole project a nice start, get people a feel for it and learn it. And I think you'll have a lot of fun and get a good return on it over the time. You just got it. It is a long-term hold for best results, but just like anything else, if you see a lot of green candles, you're going to see a little bit of red right behind it. That's not a bad thing, because everybody who holds gains either way.
Yeah, thanks for that. I'm glad that we spoke on that. So there are special taxes at the launch, yes. So that's great
Yes,
to know.
I forgot about that. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so this is actually a very interesting question here. What advice would you give to someone considering participating in the SafuPi pre-sale for the first time?
Same advice you can give in any of the DeFi world. Only risk what you can afford to lose. And if you can, that's it. Because you gotta protect yourself first. And you know, I can promise you this: you're not going to get rugged. You're not going to get ripped off. Outside of that, there are no promises in this world. But if you're looking to buy into the project, it's a safe buy. The pre-sale is tax-free. So put in what you can afford to lose. Not that you'll lose it, because my job is to make sure you don't. But anything in DeFi is a risk. So just watch it and become involved with the project. If you're not sure ahead of time, don't buy. Watch us. Get to know the community, get to know the people, get to know the project. Down the road, if you're ready to go, fine. If not, stop by, get to know us anyway. We're not after your money, per se. The more of it in, the happier we are, obviously, but it's more than that.
Very well said there. Great advice. Okay, one last question here from Victoria. She says, I think we kind of touched on this already, but let's just go over really quick. She says, could you share some insights into SafuPi's roadmap and upcoming developments within the SafeWorld ecosystem?
Yes. Essentially, the marketplace is coming out of SafeFu Max, but it's going to be integrated definitely into BSC and Avalanche and possibly beyond. But the goal behind the SafeFu Pie is to introduce the Rebase back into the world and let everybody know it's a safe place, not a scam place. And then down the road, 90 days, we're going to introduce another SafeFu Pie on another chain that has an interest cycle inverse of what the BSC is. The idea is to pay reflections in the native coin of the chain that it's on. The idea is to take the treasury from all of the different projects and invest it in to make each one independently successful and overall all successful. And then after we get at least 3 going, we want to introduce a standard coin or token that is paired to each of the Rebase tokens, so you can bridge it from one chain to the other without doing anything special with anybody else. And then we will look into the integration of either listing in CEX, or some things I've been talking with some people, which is really interesting, is getting into a order book in DEX. And we're trying to work with some people and see if anybody's really willing to step out there, because if they are, we're going to try to be one of the first ones on an order book on DEX as opposed to CEX.
Very nice, very nice. All right, Jerry. Well, there are a lot of questions, and I don't think we can get through all of it. But I will pin your Telegram, and if you guys have more questions, you guys can go over there, give a meaningful feedback on the AMA, and ask your questions over there as well. So I think we covered pretty much, Jerry, everything pretty much. To recap, guys, so the pre-sale is going to be on next Monday on Pink Cell, and looks like it's slated to launch on April 1st. Is that correct there, Jerry? Did I remember correctly?
Correct. That is
Okay.
100% correct.
Perfect, perfect. All right, Jerry. Well, at this point, I think that wraps it up. Thank you again for being here. But the last thing is that we usually always reward a listener. So if you can scroll down and just pick anyone randomly for a $15 winner, that'd be great.
So we're just doing a random.
Just a random, yeah, anyone.
Let's pick Cold Brew Baby.
Corporal Baby. Okay, let me try to find the name. If not, if you are listening, go ahead and DM me. Corporal Baby, go ahead and DM me. Congratulations, you are the winner for participating in this AMA. All right, guys. Well, I think that wraps it up. And when I open this room, let's do another $10 random number. Okay. Again, $10 to join the TG, give a meaningful feedback, but also let's do 1 to 200. I'm not sure how many people are listening, but 1 to 200, 5 guesses only, and we'll pick a $10 on that as well. Well, all right, Jerry. Well, it's a pleasure having you here with us again, and I look forward to see you in the future again.
Oh, definitely. I really appreciate it, and thanks for having us. And thank you, everyone,
Yeah.
for coming.
Well done. Well done. Very well articulated. Thank you so much, Jerry. Take
Thank
care.
you. All right.
All right, guys. Again, I will pin the TG, all the information on there, and the white papers on there. I know that a lot of people were asking, the website was not working because it's still under development. Hence, there are a lot of questions towards SafeFu Max, which is the current projects. But I will repin the white paper for you guys as well if you guys want to look into it further. Okay, well, I think that wraps it up, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.